Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Carlos, aka CJ. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day so far. Today is Wednesday, August the 10th, and I'm very excited for our guest today, our interview. She's a repeating guest. It's Alicia Tucker, the talent extraordinaire, not only with all the work that she does in the industry of cannabis marketing, but also as a musical talent as well. So, I want to welcome Alicia to the live stream. So let's bring her in now. Alicia, welcome to the live stream. How are you?
Hi, I'm so excited to be here with you, Carlos. Thank you for having us back and giving us a platform to share our events on.
Well, absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been an honor and a pleasure to know you and Brandon. I still remember the day that we met. We were at Cannabis Tacos.
Oh, yes. I got those tofu tacos. You introduced me to those for the first time, and now I'm addicted to them.
Yeah, that was the first time we met. And then we've had some fun doing some events together and music and all that kind of good stuff. And it's hard to believe here we are in August, Alicia. Where has this year went? It's just crazy.
It's flying by. It's going faster by the second.
Well, I know that you've been very busy. I follow your work. I'm going to bring on a page here just to kind of share a little bit. And for our listeners, if this is the first time getting to introduction to you, why don't you share a little bit more about the work that you do, not only with Light Matter Promotions, but also Indica?
Yeah, so we've been really blessed. We decided to kind of chase our passions a few years ago, and everything kind of coincidentally really feeds itself. So my partner and I are in a band together called Indica. We got married. We started this awesome marketing company, and it was really just started on events and putting on events that we enjoyed, like the Irvington Halloween Festival's after party, the Indiana Cannabis Awards. And we noticed that, we really enjoyed working with small businesses and helping them promote. So it all just kind of worked together. And after COVID, we got into the world of search engine optimization and website design because those started to be things that small businesses needed more than ever, in an e-commerce platform to stay sustainable during times when they, weren't necessarily open at a storefront. So it all has just blossomed, and it just keeps growing and getting better and better by the second. So we're really lucky. Lightmatterpromotions.com. If you are a small business owner, we offer services like free audit reports on your website to tell you how your website can improve and be seen on a Google. If basically you want to impress Google before you impress anyone in the world at this point, because when a user wants something, we're like, hey, Siri, I need this. And so then it gives us those options. So we're definitely really able to help with keyword research and getting websites to perform optimally.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. I think just in general, I think probably the most important thing in terms of going after your passion, right? Like, going after your passion, making things work. And kudos to you and Brandon of finding a way of magically bringing that together. I know you guys have a new office that you opened up. So to go from home business to bigger business and growing and scaling, all that kind of good stuff that happens. And so I know that in the future that even bigger and better things are going to happen for the both of you. So very excited for that.
Yeah, I think that's the whole goal. When I went to college, I had a professor named Trevor Potts, and he told me, the biggest thing is that you can chase is your passion, your purpose. And then we worked with a couple of entrepreneurs that told me, you can work really, really hard for someone else, or you can work really, really hard for yourself. Either way, you're going to be working really hard. So determine, how big you want your paycheck to be.
Absolutely. And looks like we have a listener who's Desiree that's chimed in and said, I love the work that you've done for me and my shops as well as our community. And couldn't agree with you more. So thank you.
I love her. She is one of my just all-time favorite people. Always so positive and sweet. Does so much for the community herself. So thank you, Desi. We love you.
Well, let's jump right into it. So here we are. We no different than Sunday alcohol sales, where you and I were in the Midwest. We're in Indiana. Everywhere around us is legalized medical or recreational cannabis. But here we are in Indiana still, Alicia. So with that being said, what you're doing, your work, and why I help promote is so important in terms of the advocacy, in terms of legalizations. We both have had friends who have been impacted by the legal issue with cannabis in Indiana. And so that's no fun. And not only that, some of our friends that have moved out of state, right? some
Yeah.
of our friends who need this medicine to help with their ailment that have been chosen to, hey, you know what, I need to get to a legal market. So with that, and I said that long-winded, but in what the most important part is the advocacy in terms of legalization, getting Indiana, I'm just going to be point blank, to get off their ass and legalize here, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
everywhere, because everyone around us is going legal, and then our friends are going to other states to purchase. It's like, doesn't make any sense. So with that being said, one of the events that you're heading up this year, your company, is the Indiana Cannabis Awards. So let's jump into it. I'll bring up the site, walk our listeners through what it's about, the purpose, the venue, all that kind of great stuff, Alicia.
Yeah. So August 20th, it's a Saturday. It is going to be starting at 5 o'clock. The doors will open at 5 o'clock. It starts at 6 p.m. All cannabis organizations are welcome. This is the first event of its kind where we said, we want to award those people that are going above and beyond. We want to take every single cannabis organization, whether they're doing it from a litigation standpoint, like the Midwest Hemp Council does, whether they're doing it from a spiritual standpoint, like the First Church of Cannabis, or whether they're doing it from, kind of speaking from a veteran's point of view, like Indiana Normal. We wanted to put all of these people in the same room at the same time and say, hey, we're going to earn money for you and for your organizations. We want to hear from you, and we want to award those people who are doing those huge things in our communities, like Prosecutor Ryan Mears, who basically deprioritized any kind of cannabis related charge that's over an ounce in Marion County, or under an ounce, in Marion County. So things like that, people in positions of power who are making the right decisions for our communities. And you hit the nail on the head. The job creation, the job growth, the economic stimulation that could come from legalization. I think that speaks louder than anything right now, as we're kind of facing some really difficult times that we've not really faced before post-pandemic.
Yeah, very, very well said. The dynamics of it, the industry, the job that come along with it, and let's face it, there's a lot of different aspects in regards to the industry, whether it's everything from the actual materials to conduct the grow, whether it's the banking, the accounting, all the different sectors that come along with it. So it really does create an industry in itself, in which we had the privilege and benefited from hemp here in Indiana, which is growing by leaps and bounds. But now it's time to take that next step so that people can truly benefit in a way that helps support the economies, and do it in a manner that it's equal opportunity for all. Alicia, that's what's very important, is to provide that for everyone.
Freedom. I mean, it's freedom of choice to do what I wish to do with my body. I don't think that choosing, I have ulcerative colitis myself. I spent most of my life lactose intolerant without realizing it. And so I had severe pain and severe issues from that. And I could go and take a pill, or I can have my CBD, my D8, and I can have relief from either. But one has a very severe consequence and one does not. So I think that it's not the place of the government, not the place of anyone to tell me which is better for me and for my body, because we're all made up chemically a little bit differently. I'm not saying that cannabis is the cure for absolutely everything or absolutely everyone, but for me, it's my cure, and should be my decision how I decide to treat myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very well said. And I label myself a freedom extremist, is what I call myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what you said is, and I'm glad that you did, because there's some in the industry that that cannabis is the cure all for everything, and it's for everyone. And what you just said is that it's not for everyone, but everyone should be afforded the opportunity if they choose to do so. And that's why the Indiana Cannabis Awards are just so important, to get people out to learn about it. So let's go over the timeline of the event, because I know that the window is closing here in regards to the date. It's right around the corner. I know you have a perfect venue spot for it. I know that also that the vendors that are lined up for it, the talent that's going to be there. Here I'm giving away what's happening, but why don't you share about the party that's going to be taking place for the Indiana Cannabis Awards?
Yeah, so Tilbury's Fountain Square was our stage sponsor, and they are actually having very intelligent entertainment acts. We've got the OG Piano Babe, who is a dueling pianist who is also a hemp farmer, coincidentally. So that was just like the perfect person to put on there. We've also got Rocksteady Panda, who is a DJ, a Canada DJ, who is also suffering from brain cancer and is going through multiple treatments with cannabinoids to help with that. He is very open about that in the public. And then we have our Canna Burlesque girls, of course. We've got Max Maneater, Black Ivy, and Kendra Stone. Just kind of reminding us of the importance of freedom in all avenues. So we're really excited to have them. Of course, East Steps Products is our main title sponsor. They have rented out the venue for us at the Hi-Fi. It's an outdoor open air venue, super crucial, especially for, this type of a demographic to be able to have that open air. And then we also are going to be having Chefsky there serving up some canna infused, of course,
Nice.
CBD spice line. He's got his Bombski spice line. And then some of the other people who will be there, Dougherty Hemp Products, will be there with tons and tons of samples for our judges. The judges' bags are probably the most sought after. It's definitely selling out very quickly, those judges' seats. They will include thousands and local MSRP certified hemp products. And all of those products that are being submitted for our judges' bags have COAs, scannable QR codes. They're certified. Everything with those products is perfectly safe and of the best quality here in Indiana. Possibly the most impressive thing about this event is who all will be attending. We sent invitations to every state senator. We've got Prosecutor Ryan Mears will be there to accept an award. And Andrew Bauman, who is a canna lobbyist, that's specifically his title here in Indiana. That's pretty incredible that we have that. Will be hosting the event that evening. So we're really looking forward to hearing from Mr. Bauman.
Wow, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Can it be this weekend?
Honestly, I need one extra week to promote it. No, but you might see some billboards. This year we kind of went all out, and we've got billboards just south of Eli Lilly, which is very exciting for me.
Yes.
And we've got a couple right by the state fairgrounds over by Fall Creek Parkway. So
right. Yeah. So yeah, that's it's quite the venue. I've been there before to the Hi-Fi, and it's perfect for this event.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous event. Yeah. So in regards to the spokespersons are going to be there. I'm sure, I'm confident that they'll have the entertainment that's going to be backing it up. And then also what you said, the edutainment was what I refer to it. That's so important in regards to the status of the industry, what's happening here, and more importantly, how people can get involved, right? Because it really takes a grassroots movement. When you look at some of the states that have legalized, and I always refer back to Oklahoma, it was a ballot initiative there. We don't have that luxury here in Indiana of a ballot-driven initiative. So what we have to do here in Indiana is work through the legislative side and get actively involved. Forget the static and the noise of the federal side, but focus on your local election. Everything from your sheriff to your city council. A lot of people, yes, the state representatives, but let's not forget that within those laws that are written for each state, there usually falls back some guidelines that are established by the local city council in regards to where these shops can open, where these things. And yes, Desiree brought up a great point. Register to vote as well. You don't hear me say that often in regards to voting, especially the national side, but for the local and state side, it's just so important. And support those legislators who understand the power of this plant, what it can do. And huge shout out. I'm not sure if he's going to be there. I shouldn't just name drop on you like this, but Jim Lucas, I know Jim has been very actively involved. He went out to Colorado and sampled products and came back and shared it with the legislatures here. But we have to elect people who are going to move the needle and change things to help us grow the Indiana marketplace and to legalize here, Alicia.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we sent Jim Lucas an invite. I'm sure he'll be there. Andre Carson told me he wished that he could attend. He just sent me an email saying he had a scheduling conflict, but to definitely send him an invite for next year. And I was like, yes, that's awesome. Okay, we're moving somewhere. And it does start with those local people that can make that movement, start going. So
yeah. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. We have the venue, the music, the vendors. It's going to be a huge party. How do I go, Alicia? How do I go? Where do I sign up? How do I buy tickets?
Indiana Cannabis Awards. And if you go to Facebook, there's a link, just hit, find tickets. And you'll see there are a couple options. The judges' tickets, there are not many of those left because that is coming with such a large amount of free products from our local head shops. I think this is a great place that you can kind of decide who has the product for you. And then we've also got our general admission tickets. The cap for this event is 900, and we're really hoping to sell out every single seat. So,
I'm confident that it will sell out, and there'll be people out front that are actually scalping the tickets to get inside the venue for that event.
What's so exciting about this is that every year we give back to the organizations who were voted by the people that were the most influential. So Midwest Hemp Council will get a percentage, Indiana Normal will get a percentage, and the First Church of Cannabis will get a percentage. And I like that it's that broad and we can get that many different organizations involved and help them out. So
yeah, absolutely. There has to be people that understand the legislative side that get actively involved and help educate, and then the legislative side is just real key. But yeah, I'm excited for it. So congratulations! It looks like this event is coming together. It's going to be a huge success. I'm confident. Before we wrap up this session, Alicia, this live stream, any closing thoughts for our audience? Anything that you'd like to share to your friends, family, whoever? I'm opening it up to you, Alicia. Whatever you'd like to share, go for it.
Yeah, so I will say that this year we are dressing up. We won't be accepting anyone that's coming in t-shirt, blue jeans, or sandals, just because we feel like we want to be taken very seriously. There's a lot of people that are still serving jail time. There's still a lot of people that have had their entire lives taken from them over this issue. And so we definitely want to respect them by showing them that courtesy in dressing up. You don't have to wear a black tie. It's welcome. I'll be wearing a very fancy dress, but slacks and a button down at least would be really, really appreciated.
Yeah, I like that. That's a different theme, but I think it's appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Just in regards to it, because we know that it makes a difference in terms of the representation that needs to take place, especially whenever we get in front of our legislatures, and then also for those individuals that are benefiting from the use of medical cannabis, we really encourage those people. I know sometimes it's kind of a difficult thing to do because everyone worries about like job security. What will my friends, what will my family think? I personally have family members that utilize hemp and cannabis derived products to help them, have made significant difference. And we need those people, those proponents to come, those people that will come out and advocate and help, because those are the compelling stories that the legislators need to hear, is whenever it is benefiting so many on so many different reasons. So I'm very excited for the Indiana Cannabis Awards. Don't forget, that's coming up real soon. Get your tickets. The links to purchase the tickets are directly in the description. And then also, if you're in the industry and you're a small business and looking for some tips, looking for some freebies to help, talk to Alicia, plug her in. Do you want to share yours? I didn't put your social handles on here. Do you want to share your personal social handles on how people can find you?
Sure. You can find me Light Matter Promotions. That's my business. My name is Alicia Tucker Dougherty. You can find me on Facebook that way. And lightmatterpromotions.com is kind of the quickest way. You can go on and get an actual report card on your website right now for free. So
yeah. Hola Indica. I have a feeling I know who that is.
And I think what you said was so important just a moment ago, how we need to speak out. The people who are using cannabis on a regular basis, we need to speak out and talk about how we are professionals. We are people that show up every day for work. We are people that are, very motivated people. And freedom is not free. There will be some people that will lose respect for you because you went out there and you were yourself. And those are not your people, and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Just again, want to thank you, Alicia, for a great discussion today. I look forward to seeing you there. It's going to be so much fun.
Thank you, Carlos.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, do me a favor, hit that like and that share button, get this information out. And then Alicia, thank you so much. And we will see you soon, next Saturday.
At the Indiana Cannabis Awards. Woo-hoo. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.
Have a great day.
Yep. All right. Thank you for listening in to the live stream. Really appreciate it. Again, do me a favor as well. Hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel, which is featured there. It's CJOMC. It's kind of a different format. It's kind of OMC stands for Open Mic Cast. We're doing everything from discussions to reactions to interviews. It's a different type of media that I'm wanting to build, a different platform. I want it to be more engaging than, just basically someone coming up and just, long-winded type podcast or discussions, really, really opening up some dialogue to even debate certain topics. So hit that subscribe button on there. And then also want to personally give a shout out to some of my friends and colleagues that will be participating in the Indiana Cannabis Awards. That's Some Edibles and also Clouds by Design. I talked to both of them and they said, hey, look, let's do something to get people excited to attend the event. So right now they're offering a 25% discount, promo code ICA, and that's their e-commerce site, which is MyCB Edibles, to purchase those products. But again, just, get your tickets. It's right around the corner. Very excited for the Indiana Cannabis Awards, and I will see you there. So take care, everyone. Be safe.